So we also have a call to action here before we get off the quote unquote stimulus bill. Everyone should do air quotes whenever they say the stimulus bill. By the way, the stimulus bill. The more we're giving money to the banks and shielding corporations and helping defense contractors. The stimulus. The stimulus.
Yeah, defense contractor stimulus bill.
We gotta look out for them. They're on hard times. But here's the call to action involved with this because there's all kinds of horrible things in this thing, and one of them is another assault on your digital rights. So check this out. I'm gonna emphasize where you can go to sign this petition, and then we're gonna move on to some other things away from the stimulus. But here, check this out. This is from Fight for the Future. You can find this petition at actionnetwork.org. Tell Congress don't ram through dangerous copyright provisions in a must-pass spending bill. So here's from the website. This is a red alert. Lawmakers are in the pocket of giant corporations like Comcast and Sony, and they're attempting to ram through dangerous changes to copyright law as part of a last-minute must-pass government spending bill. One of the provisions, the Controversial Case Act, could lead to ordinary internet users facing $30,000 in fines for inadvertently sharing copyright content as a part of everyday activities like posting memes, sharing videos, and downloading images. So this is similar to SOPA and PIPA. If you remember that from a couple years back. What this kind of stuff does is it infringes these overreaching copyright protections. Now, of course, artists should have their copyright when it comes to copyrighted material. Of course, that's a good thing. And artists should get compensated for their work if you're a musician or a comedian or a content creator. But what this does is this is a huge overreach, and this could create a scenario where, say, someone like you or I or anyone else, we play video clips on our shows to emphasize a point and to engage in commentary on it, which, by the way, this is all fair use. But what overreaching stuff like this does, we're liable to then get fined, as you saw, up to $30,000 for doing that. So this is a huge assault on online speech. Here's the way they sum up as far as the statement goes. Sign the petition to tell Congress, artists and creators deserve to be fairly compensated for their work. But controversial copyright provisions that impact online free expression and human rights should never be rushed through as part of a must-pass spending bill. Keep these provisions out of the continuing resolution so we can have an honest and transparent debate. And this goes to the bigger theme of people constantly missing the mark when it comes to digital rights. So go to actionnetwork.org, sign this petition, and yeah, there you go. So they're assaulting online speech as well, folks. And that's been a continuing theme this year that started with Trump's horrible executive order, the Section 230. They're going to gut Section 230, which is a terrible idea. We've explained that many times on this show, why it's a terrible idea. They're branding it like it's just holding social media companies accountable. That's not what it actually does. What it does is it holds all user-posted content on the internet liable and susceptible to lawsuits. It will lead to more censorship, not less, because it allows the FCC to be bureaucrats. And it already has led to more censorship because places like Twitter and YouTube and Facebook, they're just suppressing all political speech because they're scared of lawsuits now. So it's like having a bad tree in a forest. So your solution is to burn down the entire forest. Well, that's what they're doing.
It's funny, and I don't know if you've had this, but I've definitely started to notice an uptick in getting videos demonetized for just playing a clip.
Yes.
You're like, oh, that's copyrighted material. Wait a minute, I'm just playing a clip that I pulled off of the internet. It's just a news piece or whatever. They're like, oh, that's copyright material. You can't. And so they demonetize it and give you the option of, well, we'll trim out that clip.
Yeah.
And it's just like, wait a minute, man. Like what and again, it's all to discourage you from talking about this stuff. And it's another reason why, you and I both are on Rockfin and we love Rockfin, and it's great because none of this crap happens.
Yeah. And here's the thing too. Everything you're doing, again, that is fair use. When somebody is engaging in commentary on something that's news, right, that is called fair use. But here's the issue. All these algorithms and all these like copyright claims and stuff like that, it's not decided by a person. It's decided by a freaking robot.
Right.
A robot that doesn't have the analytical skills and the kind of like reception to be able to determine this is fair use. So they just punish you anyway. And then even if it does get resolved, if you fight it and then they actually have a human that looks at it and they're like, oh, yeah, this is fine. Well, they've already screwed you because you dabble in the world of news and politics. So if something has been out of the news cycle for so long, and I know you've probably gotten this too, I've had clips monetized, and then randomly they'll review it and they'll be like, oh, yeah, this is totally fine. And they'll monetize it. And it's a clip from 4 weeks ago. And it's like, oh, okay, I'm sure this clip from something that happened in the news a month ago is going to get a ton of views now. Thanks for doing that. I'm sure it hasn't already, had its life cycle pretty much.
It's deliberate. They wait till 80%, 90% of the views happen, and then they put the thing back on so you can make money from it. And it's just to like, it's such a shot across the bow of like, all right, you want to put that stuff up there? Good luck making money on it, and it's like, they've even trimmed back the super chat money now. They take the percentage out on our end that YouTube gets. And I've had numerous people, I'm sure you've had this, people too, are in the chats going, I can't do a super chat. YouTube won't let me.
Yeah.
And you're just like, it's so frustrating. But it's also good because it's forcing all of us to get in these other platforms of, like Rockfin, I'm really happy with. I know you're on Odyssey. I'm looking to put my stuff on Odyssey as well. So it's kind of like, it's, what is it? Necessity is the mother of invention. So it's forcing these other things to come up that could very well, remember MySpace was king and then now it's not.
Right. Which, by the way, we really ruined something good there. Well, it wasn't our fault. We didn't sell it, but man, we should have fought. MySpace was the best, man. MySpace was the best. Sign that petition, actionnetwork.org. So
bring back MySpace. Bring back AOL.
That'll be the next petition. Sign this one for now so that they don't have a blatant assault on free speech online. But after that, we're going to bring back AOL, MySpace. Priorities, folks.
Get your news on with Ron. Don't you want to know what's going on? We're getting our news on today. Get your news on with Ron. Don't you want to know what's going on? We're getting our news on today. You can tweet me an article at Ron Placone. We'll go through it together and make it our own. Get your